Alright, so today we're going to be taking a quick look at the Ruger Old Army. This is, depending on who you ask, this may be the greatest black powder revolver or percussion revolver of all time. And it's got a lot of things going for it. So just to kind of start off, Ruger started making these in 1972. Bill Ruger saw a market, kind of black powder was getting pretty popular again in the 70s. And so Ruger basically took their Blackhawk revolver and modified it a little by adding a percussion cylinder, kind of reshaping the top strap and stuff, adding a loading lever of course. But the guts of this are basically a Ruger Blackhawk. So what it is a 6-shot 45 caliber percussion revolver. The instructions say that it takes 4.57 balls, and it is a 6-shot. And of course, percussion means you pour in the powder, then put on a ball and ram it down, and then you put a percussion cap back here on the back of the cylinder. These are very reliable. They're quite a bit more reliable than, like, say, an Italian reproduction of a Colt or a Remington. These, a lot of people think these are influenced by the Remington revolvers. These are actually somewhat influenced by the Spillier and Burr revolvers. Adjustable sights, 7.5-inch barrel. This one is stainless. Ruger did later come out with a 5.5-inch barrel, and they also later came out with a fixed sight, but the 7.5-inch adjustable sight's pretty well the classic Old Army. Very solid feeling action. I mean, these are very nice guns, and of course they've got the safety kind of like the Remington, where they have the notch between the chambers, and so you can let the hammer down between two chambers and it locks it, keeps it from rotating. That's very nice. These are super simple to take apart, just for field stripping, as far as field stripping goes. You will just turn this screw right here. It's not really quite a screw because it only turns about that far counterclockwise. What you can do at that point, put the cylinder on half cock so it spins free. Bring down your loading lever and just pull it out, and then your cylinder will come out. There's the cylinder. Not a lot going on there. This loading lever, it's really kind of clever how it just basically sits together. There's not any screws or anything holding this together. This just slides off here, and then that comes off there. So really simple how that's constructed. To put it back together. Oh, and one thing to note, these, to take the cones off, these are actually hex head instead of like a traditional slot like a nipple wrench would have. These are more of a hex shape. I've seen two styles of Ruger nipple wrenches. This, I believe, is the earlier style. You can see it says Strum Ruger and Company. It's got the hex head wrench, and then the other end there's just nothing on it. I believe this is the later style. Strum Ruger. It's got a screwdriver on one end, and then the hex head on the other end. But to put these back together, it's equally as simple. You should still be on half cock. These have all coil springs inside. That's one of the big improvements that the Blackhawk had over the single action Army, and it carried over to this. It's pretty much all coil springs, no flat springs. But you just will put your cylinder back in. Might have to rotate it a little to get it to sit down in there. You'll grab your loading lever assembly, and you might have to just kind of fiddle with it a little bit, but once it starts going in, should be able to just slide it right in there, latch it, and then just turn this back the other way, and it's locked in. These are super reliable. Like I said, cap jams and stuff aren't really a problem. Trying to figure out where to hold isn't really a problem, of course, because you've got the Blackhawk type adjustable sights. This particular one was made in 1986 according to Ruger's serial number lookup. I do not have the box with this one, but we do have, if I can move this stainless one out of the way, got a blue one here too. This one is made in 1979, and this one is just in beautiful condition. I mean, absolutely beautiful condition. This early style nipple wrench actually goes with this one. Came in the box in this little packet, and I'm not gonna say for 100% sure that I'm right on this. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm correct. These boxes on the early old Armies, if you'll notice, they have the serial number written right there. The end label says Blackhawk, but I do believe that Ruger just stuck these old Army labels over the Blackhawk on the boxes so they could use the same box for two different guns at the factory. I do believe I'm correct in saying that. But if we can get this box out of the way, we will just kind of look at the stainless and the blue model side by side. And these are both adjustable sight, 7.5-inch guns. But like I said, a lot of people consider the Old Army to be the finest black powder revolver ever made. And I'm not sure that I would disagree. You know, these are super, super nice guns. Super reliable. I mean, just really hard to beat. I'm not sure that this one's ever been fired. It probably has. Yeah, I think it has, but not much, and I don't really feel like cleaning it as closely as a blue gun deserves. So today I think we'll go take a couple shots with the stainless one, see if we can't hit anything with it. So see you on the range. Alright, so now we're gonna go ahead and load the Ruger Old Army. I'm just going to show you, in case for those of you that don't know, I'm going to show you how to load just one chamber. It's pretty simple. We've got our powder measure. We're going to get the correct charge of powder, pour it in the chamber that we're wanting to load, and then we're going to take our 4.57 round ball, place it on there, rotate it under the rammer. Whoop. And that's embarrassing. I didn't have the screw closed. There we go. Rotate it under the rammer. Ram it right down. And you should get a good seal around the ball. That's what that ring of lead is. Oh, I dropped it. But that'll give you a real good seal around your ball to help prevent chain fire. And then you're just going to do that 5 more times. And then when I've got these other 5 chambers loaded, I'll show you the next step. So as you can see, we've got 5 of our chambers capped. I'm going to go ahead and put our percussion cap on that last cone. And then in order to make this safe to be loaded with all 6, you'll notice these notches between the chambers. The hammer will fit into one of those. So what you want to do is pull the hammer back, rotate it to where it falls between two loaded chambers, and it will lock up your cylinder. All right, now we're going to go ahead and take 6 shots at the plate with the Ruger Old Army. See where it's hitting. Cap actually failed to go off. Here we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Just high, I believe. Oh man, we got it all jammed up now with caps. Yep. There we go. I went high on that one. All right. Look at that. Love to see that stainless covered with black powder fouling. We'll go reload it, see if we can't hit the plate a couple more times.
All right, we're gonna take 6 more shots and see what we can do. Did very well. 6 more, huh?
Yep.
Okay, it did good that time, so we're going to take 6 more. See how it does this time. Had a little cap malfunction that time, but that was probably user error versus the gun. Did pretty good. We're still trying to figure out the hold, but overall performs really well. Really crisp action. Trigger is actually surprisingly very good. So yeah, that's the Ruger Old Army stainless 7.5-inch barrel. They get pretty dirty after running a few loads of powder through them, so we're going to take it back and clean it up and put it away. Thanks for watching, guys. Tune in for the next one. All right, we're going to take 6 more